What's up, St. Louis? It's your host, Luke Farrell of the STL Bucket List Show. The STL Bucket List Show is driven by Bomarito Automotive Group. Bomarito is Missouri's #1 car dealership with over 20 locations, so I guarantee that there's one in your neighborhood. Since the 1970s, Bomarito has sold over 1 million cars, and John and the entire team made us feel completely comfortable when we picked up our new vehicle recently for the family. So I can't thank the Bomarito team enough for driving this episode forward, and enjoy the show. Welcome back to the STL Bucket List Show. I'm your host, Luke Farrell, and we're back with episode 164. I wanted to do something pretty special here. We had a spring bucket list episode about a month ago that did really well, so I want to give you guys an early summer bucket list with 40 plus things to do this summer with friends, family, date nights, solo experiences, adventures, music lovers, foodies. This is the perfect episode for you. Share this with your friends and see how many of these you can check off this year.
If you want to hear about St. Louis, tune into the Bucket List Show weekly. Hear what Marissa and Luke say. It drops every Wednesday. Got a dope new guest every single week. Buckle up for the ride. Who's it gonna be? Who's on the show today? They rep St. Louis. What to do in the loo on a late night, or maybe what to do on a date night. Yeah, Bucket List has you covered. They know what's going on. What's going on? They'll give you, 18 different things to do, or 19 if you need one more to choose. Yeah, this city is a place we call home. A place we call home, yeah.
40 plus things to do this summer. I'm adding all these to my bucket list. If you guys are listening today, thank you so much for listening to another episode of the STL Bucket List Show. We couldn't do this show without our incredible partners, the Regional Arts Commission, Bomarito Automotive, Four Hands Brewing Company, SSM Health, Labowitz Law Firm, and all the people that support the show. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I want to start out with some food and drink experiences. One of my favorite things to do with people that are new to St. Louis, if I got some family coming in town or some friends coming in town, I have to take them to the City Foundry Food Hall. It's especially great during spring and summer because you can sit outside, you can walk around and visit all the shops, and there's over 15 plus food vendors that are all local, so you guys can try some amazing food. It's the perfect event all summer long, and keep up with their website because they do a ton of events during the summer, like markets, day and night markets, and just a lot of other things that you guys can enjoy. But I go there for the food. The food is absolutely amazing. One of the ones we talk about a lot, of course, we got our friends Four Hands here in the studio, is visiting one of the brewing houses. So they have the new one out in Chesterfield and Kirkwood. Amazing patio. Their beer is so good in the summer. I especially like their hard seltzers, and they're one of St. Louis's most beloved breweries. So they got rotating giraffes, great food collabs like High Point and Peacemaker, and each location has its own vibe. So I've never really had a bad day going to the brewery. It's always a good experience, and you can bring your kids there too, so that's always a plus. One of the best experiences in St. Louis when it comes to food is we got to go to the Hill. Eat your way through the Hill. Some of the best sandwiches like Joya's, Adriana's. If you guys are looking for a nighttime experience, you got to go to Zia's. And if you're not into an Italian vibe that night, Sato on the Hill is over there, and it's one of the best ranked restaurants in St. Louis if you love sushi. I also like to take a foodie tour through Maplewood or the Grove. I'm really big on finding neighborhoods that I can walk from different bars, restaurants, and sweets places, because then you can have a full experience. So Maplewood's Funky Charm and the Grove's Creative Energy offer epic bites, from ramen to tacos to locally roasted coffee to a bunch of cocktail bars and nightlife areas, especially on the Grove, if you guys are looking to go out and have a few drinks. I love Sunday brunch. One of the most unique and underrated brunch spots in St. Louis is Yellow Belly. Have some of the most creative cocktails, top brunch menus, and a modern ambiance. And then, of course, Russell's in South City on Macklin is a staple when it comes to brunch. Love their patio. If you go on Sunday, Rudy's Flower Truck is there, and it's just an amazing time. And then another foodie experience for you guys to check out. Of course, our friends over at Deli Divine, an authentic Jewish deli vibe. I love getting a loaded pastrami sandwich with mustard. It's a new school deli that offers a market, and has nostalgic yet elevated experiences with pastrami on rye. And of course, the house-made pickles are to die for. And you got to try a snow cone, guys. It's summer. The weather's warmer. You got to try a snow cone. There's some local snow cone places, but really wherever you get one, it's just an awesome experience, especially if you got kids. And then I love having a picnic. Tower Grove Park, Forest Park, St. Louis has some of the most amazing parks, a lot of shaded trees where you guys can pull up a picnic. One of my favorite things to do is go to the farmer's market on a Saturday and then find a quiet spot to go enjoy all the local great produce from farmers and local makers around St. Louis. Now let's talk about music and nightlife. Music and nightlife is everything in St. Louis, and it heats up in the summer. We're not talking just the big concerts that you'll see at Hollywood Amphitheater or the Enterprise Center. There's some cool free events to do this summer, one of them being Blues at the Arch. It's a free concert series and a downtown summer tradition. Blues music with the Arch in the background. You bring your own lawn chair, you chill, listen to amazing music. That's another family-friendly event for you. Of course, the pageant in Delmar Hall. Shout out to Joe Edwards, some of the coolest venues in St. Louis. They have a huge summer lineup. You can catch a variety of shows, local acts at those two iconic venues on the Delmar Loop. I love the new venue in the Grove, the Atomic Cowboy, or the Atomic. This is an open-air venue in the back, and it's a summer hotspot for local bands, DJs, and they're doing a lot of parties. I just talked to them, and I can't wait to go out there and listen to some music. STL Music Park, one of the smaller venues over there next to Hollywood, doing some amazing shows kicking off in May, kicking off late April into May, so that's going to be an amazing time. And then, of course, guys, you can't miss the St. Louis Symphony at, or Powell Hall or the Fox or any of these amazing events that you can go and check these off this summer on your bucket list. So moving on to outdoor events and adventures. What's better than a stroll through the Missouri Botanical Gardens, and especially on Wednesdays, Whitaker Music Festival. Bring a blanket, enjoy live music, the gardens in bloom, crack a bottle of wine. This beloved free Wednesday night tradition is something super special in our family. We go as much as we can. Another event that's perfect for the family. And then I love Creve Coeur Lake. I don't think this place gets talked about as much. It's right in the heart of the St. Louis Metro. You can go and rent a kayak. Amazing time when the weather's nice. Right over there in Creve Coeur, while you're there, you can go ziplining at Go Ape in Creve Coeur. You can hike Castlewood State Park or Lone Elk Park. Camp overnight at Pere Marquette State Park. Those that follow our page, they love those staycation weekends. So I know that that's going to be a great time. And then Grants Trail, the Katy Trail, rent some bikes, take your bikes out, ride down the trail. Super fun. You can hit some street side cafes and breweries and different things if you're on the Katy Trail. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about festivals, events in St. Louis. Hey, St. Louis, it's Luke Farrell with the STL Bucket List Show. SSM Health has been providing hope, healing, and opportunities to the St. Louis community for over 150 years. With 40,000 plus employees across 4 states, they're not just providing amazing care, they're one of the biggest employers in the region, helping shape the future of healthcare. We are proud to present SSM Health as the official healthcare partner of the STL Bucket List and the STL Bucket List Show. And if you're ever thought about exploring a career where you can make a difference every day, SSM Health can help you navigate your next steps. Learn more at ssmhealth.com. Now we're back with festivals and events in St. Louis. Nothing bigger than Fair St. Louis, the 4th of July festival, the biggest Independence Day festival in St. Louis. Music, fireworks, food trucks, family fun. Last year, the Steve Ewing band, the Urge was there. Absolutely amazing. And one of the best places in the metro to watch fireworks. There's nothing better with the arch in the background and the river. They shoot off the fireworks there from the boat in the middle of the river, so it's super sweet. Shakespeare in the Park. We're going back to Forest Park, guys. Catch free live Shakespeare plays in a magical outdoor setting. My wife, as you know, huge into English major, English teacher. She loves Shakespeare in the Park, so we always add that to our bucket list. The St. Louis Art Fair in Clayton happening in early September. You can explore work from 150 local artists, live music, food, interactive activities in a beautiful downtown Clayton setting. That's always a can't-miss event. And then we have Pride Fest, of course, coming downtown in June. Celebrate love and community at one of the largest Pride festivals in the Midwest. You can expect music, good energy, and just having a good time. We like Blues Week, the Big Money Blues Festival on the Landing. You can get down with classic and contemporary blues in a laid-back riverside festival. Love the Landing. The cobblestone roads make for the perfect setting for this festival. And then there's just a ton of other live music things happening. We're going to be posting stuff all summer long. It's just really great to get out to these festivals, get out to these events, especially when the majority of them are free. So the perfect place to take all of your family. And then we got to talk about some museums. You have to go back to the City Museum. I know a lot of people are like, I went there when I was a kid. Guys, this is one of the most epic bucket list spots in St. Louis. It's still a top local favorite. Part museum, part playground, part art exhibit. It's really a surreal STL institution that you have to experience at least once. And I suggest going back, especially if you have little ones, let them run around. And they have nighttime events on the rooftop for adults only with DJs. So an amazing place to put on your bucket list this summer. You can go over to the National Blues Museum, learn about St. Louis's deep cultural roots and music and Black history through immersive exhibits and storytelling. You can do free summer exhibits at the Contemporary Art Museum or Pulitzer Art Foundation. These two modern spaces offer thoughtful, world-class exhibitions without an entry fee. I mean, you can't beat that. These are some of the most incredible exhibits across the entire nation, and they're right here in our backyard in St. Louis. And then, of course, take a walking tour, do something fun, go to historic Soulard, stroll cobblestone streets, peek into some century-old buildings, and maybe grab a drink at one of St. Louis's oldest bars in Soulard. It's always an amazing time. Moving on to some family-friendly fun. Nothing screams family-friendly like Grant's Farm summer nights. You can feed the goats, ride the tram, and stay for an evening of activities, food, drink, and music. St. Louis Zoo offers after-hours events. So many ones going on. Animals Aglow is going on right now, but they do a rotating events. And the zoo is just always a good time with the family. And then you can catch a minor league baseball game. The Gateway Grizzlies, of course, go to a Cardinals game. Tickets are a little bit more affordable now. You guys can sit in the bleachers, take your family there. And then I love the Magic House, the Union Station Ferris wheel, and aquarium. Do that on a combo day. That's one of the best days. Your kids are going to love it. And then the splash pads at Tills Park, Tower Grove Park, and there's splash pads all over St. Louis. Definitely a fun day with the kiddos. And then if you're looking for some unique STL experiences, we talk about the Skyview Drive-In. One of the most unique things. Nothing's better than a drive-in movie. You pull up the SUV, you open up the back, you got blankets in there, you get some snacks beforehand, and go watch an old school movie. Bring some snacks and settle in under the sky. Your kids are going to love it. Really, really cool. So I wanted to do a quick bonus segment with a few wild and underrated STL summer experiences. We're going to start out with the full moon float on the Merrimack or Missouri River. You can take your summer night to the next level with a guided full moon float down one of Missouri's most iconic rivers. Glow sticks, headlamps, post-float bonfire, paddle under the stars. It's a really cool experience if you've never been out there at night because you can see all those stars down the river. It's really, really cool. You guys can do a ghost tour and cocktail combo in historic Alton or the Limp Mansion. This is for my spooky people out there that love these experiences. You can do a haunted history tour followed by themed cocktail experience, whether it's at the infamous Limp Mansion or the cobblestone streets of Alton, which I heard is one of the most haunted cities in the Midwest, maybe even the country, when I had Great Rivers and Routes here on there. And then you can do the Sunflower Maze at Eckert's. Who doesn't love sunflowers? The maze, it's a perfect, unique experience. And one of my favorite is you can watch live wrestling at the South Broadway Athletic Club, old school pro wrestling, with a crazy energy, passionate fans in a gym. It's say less. It's absolutely special. One of the coolest things that you guys can do. And then you can do a mural tour. This is one of those things that I tell people to experience art, experience things to do. You can go through neighborhoods like the Grove, downtown, Cherokee Street, hop on one of the little scooters and ride through and look at some of the local art. Of course, our friends at the Regional Arts Commission helped fund the mural project, which was countless murals across different districts where you guys can check out. So I think it'd be great for you guys to do that and explore these things in the summer and really get the most out of your summer. You make a list, check it off, create your bucket list. If you have anything that I missed, please share it with me. I want to add it to the list. But I wanted to make this episode short and sweet, give you guys some ideas of things to do with your friends, family, and partners this summer. So I hope you guys take a listen and share it with your friends, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much.
Today they rep St. Louis, yeah. They rep St. Louis. They rep St. Louis.